good afternoon. How is everybody doing? I hope everybody is doing well. So, I have to give you guys another update on the Titan. I know I've done a few already, but I'll give you another one. So, I owned this thing for just about 6 years since it was brand new. And first couple of years, I really didn't have any major problems or anything of that sort with it. But at least for the last 2 years, I have had what you call, when you're trying to make a turn or whatnot, or like a sharp turn, like a U-turn mostly, and you can hear kind of sort of like squeaks. Took it in a Nissan. They tightened up some nuts and bolts in the front end. Disappeared for a short time, and then after that it came right back. As of recently, I have been getting a lot of like loss of power, where it just shows that it comes up red on your front cluster, if you will. Shaking like crazy. I have also had like 4 sets of tires since I owned this thing brand new. That to me sounds like a major factory defect. Now, I have done some off-roading in this thing, whatever, but other than that, nothing too crazy, driving up on beaches, whatever. So I've used the truck for truck purposes. I've towed with it and everything, and in that regards, it's pretty confident when you're towing, right? They probably should have upped the numbers on this, or I would say build the truck a little bit better, right? So when you get a truck brand new, right, you're like, okay, I pretty much showcased in all previous videos some of the minor things I didn't like, but that probably was just normal stuff, like when it gets too cold, the doors pretty much being like stuck together or whatever, taking some time. That's just, I guess, something that I guess you can't control. Could probably happen to any vehicle, but little things like that. The trim itself on the vehicle has not bad, withstood the test of time, decent materials, but the weather stripping, the little that go around the windows and the doors, that stuff has not. That stuff, after a couple of years, it like fell right out. Some of it is like hanging and stuff like that, so to me personally, if you're going to pay $50,000 plus for a vehicle, you shouldn't have any types of crazy problems, especially if you've taken it and gotten it dealer service done, you know what I mean? So one of the first, if I remember correctly, one of the first recalls that came for the 16 and I believe 17 XD was the ECM reflash, pretty much the computer reprogram. Running sluggish. They did that. It was super sluggish, shifting from like park to reverse, neutral, drive. You'd feel like it was basically shaking, you know what I mean? And you felt it, right? Pretty much like going up and down in speeds, pretty much the transmission, trying to find those right gears. You can feel it hard shifting, right? And also, that was fixed, right? Then there was a turbo recall, right? Instead of just buttoning it up, just saying, okay, we're just going to replace a gear here or there, they went and they replaced the turbo for that of a 17 XD, right? never had issues with the turbo after that. Let's see what else. I would say, yeah, quite a few other little things. So besides the loss of power, where it's basically going into limp mode out of nowhere, another thing is also the def. You never know how much def you have until all of a sudden it'll show full forever, and then magically it just pops up and shows you, hey, you have like, I don't know, half a quarter tank of def fluid. That's pretty annoying. So, like I said, there's others that pretty much had way more, much more horror stories than I've had, and they basically had their vehicles in the shop like weekly. To be honest, nobody pays $50,000 for a truck to have it always in the shop. You know, that shouldn't happen. So at some point, you know, I'm probably, maybe, we'll see, going to trade this in and take advantage of, I guess, the market the way it is. It's basically a seller's market. You're selling your vehicle. Chip shortages and whatnot. People are giving buco bucks, and the price of diesel nowadays is just through the roof. Crazy right now. Like, to the point where you can't even enjoy driving around. You know what I mean? Who knows why this is happening? You know, with everything going on and stuff like that. You know, it's got to be maybe some reason, or who knows? Maybe it's something else. But I will say this: Nissan doesn't get their act together, they're going to lose a lot of customers. There's no reason why they should not honor their own like warranties and stuff. Now they fix stuff. I've owned several Nissans. This is my first Titan. I had the first gen as well, and the first gen was actually it was a pretty decent truck. See that? Feel that shaking? That's just crazy. That right there, it feels kind of dangerous. Who knows? It feels like something's just at any moment about to just like pop out, or who knows, just like fall apart on me. I have been looking at the new Tundras, you know, maybe an SR5 or an SR, just basic, you know what I mean? Nowadays, basic trucks are not so basic, you know what I mean? Like, they have way more creature comforts than you could ever imagine. There's like a lot of good stuff to these newer trucks. But if I were going to do it again, I probably would have gotten the gas version. I've said this in other videos, and maybe just get and you never get the vehicle. I always heard this. They never get a vehicle the first year they come out with said vehicle. I'm not talking about, let's say, like the 5.6 that Nissan had, because that one was pretty much tried and true. It's a good motor with some awesome pep in its step and whatnot. So that one was probably not so bad. I've seen people with the gas XDs, and they pretty much I haven't heard them say anything really that negative about it. I'd have to go and do some research just to see. Yeah, we will see. So you got the Tundras, you got the Ford. All these vehicles are basically just one-upping each other. Who knows? Maybe even a Cybertruck. Who knows? Cybertruck looks a little weird on the weird side, but it doesn't look too bad. Plus, it's something different. And starting off at $39K, that's actually a pretty decent vehicle. So we'll see. We'll see. Yep, I'll keep you guys updated. Thanks. Like and subscribe, please. And put your comments down below what you think would be an awesome replacement for the XD for a truck life. I have been looking at the SR, or like should I say the SR5 with the premium package, but we will see. Let me know what you guys think and comment down below.